And so it's a way to honor and remember those who came before us. For some, it may be a collection of photos of the folks from the family who pass on, like on the surface of your home. Because remember, like we've always had ancestor altars, right? We put them on our walls when you have pictures of your people. But sometimes we don't have pictures, so this is kind of where this comes in. And for others, it's a big display accompanied by a whole ceremony with herbs, music, fellowship, and important objects. So today we're kind of having a little bit of a fellowship moment here in objects. The one I'm making is meant to be portable and compact. It's perfect for the private witch, conjurer, or magic lover. So if you don't want all your stuff out there, this is a great way to do it. Do it in a jar. But also, let's say you don't care. You have your stuff out there all the time, but you don't necessarily have a whole lot of space to do it. Here's another example. It's nice to do things compact. I like the idea, just like I like the idea of a talisman or a little like special magical pouch, right? This one has crystals in it. So I like the idea that you have like special secret magic pouches that you carry. Like I always carry crystals on me. People don't know that, you know, like you don't see it. So I like small objects like this. So, you know, someone might run across this and be like, well, what is it? And I'm like, I might say exactly what it is, but it just depends. Sometimes we just need space. So my main altar in the front of my apartment is family and ancient ancestors, aliens too. Ooh, that's nice. After the 2020 homework, yeah, we had alien homework. And so then this one will be an intentional calling for those known and unknown to me to continue to have a positive impact on my life. So that's my intention with this one. I think about like the Dia de los Muertos and just communing, but I'm like, I want me to have that connection with my ancestors. So in the Grand Canyon, I will say like that was so rich with that ancestral vibe. You know what I mean? I was calling everybody I could call on, because when I'm telling you it's a miracle that I sit before you, it was a miracle. I really didn't think I was going to make it out. I knew I had to make it out, but the physical pain I was in, I had to stop and start. It was slow motion. It was slow motion up that canyon. And I felt covered by my ancestors. I felt wrapped in a little warm little hug. And even when I was climbing up, this was not with strength. I was literally shifting my weight and then just hoping that leg would swing up and then switch and swing up, switch and swing up. So that was pretty much like what I was doing to survive. But it was, and so this is really kind of like along the line here of where we are. So I have a few different things that I'm going to be using today. We have some pebbles here, because I think this will be a nice kind of like the pebbles. And my idea of this is when you think about almost like how we kind of bury things, like the idea of it rising up. And I was telling Gala earlier, like when I think of black, I think about life. And then when I think about white, I think about the ancestral realm. So I'm going to use white to honor that. This is the energy that I want. Then I also have some High John powder. So this will be symbolic of like that High John energy. Now, it was funny because I was like, hold up, I have this, I want to use it. But whenever I go around picking stuff, I don't always know why. So I was like, let me do some research on this. Why do I want to use this? So High John the Conqueror is supposed to be, when you think about ancestrally, someone who was, let's see, what do we have here? He's important. He's like regal. He was a powerful mother. Okay, he was said to be the son of an African king. He was captured and enslaved, but refused to be subservient and never lost his dignity or royal stature. And that's so important because he was thought to be exceptionally skilled at making a fool of his owner. I want all this energy in here. This is kind of ancestral energy I want deep into this one right here. So High John the Conqueror root is used for money, success spells, and as a road opener and protection spells. But when you look at the real symbolism of it, for me, it's exactly what I'm here for. This is the kind of ancestral energy that I'm looking for. And so this is fun. I did this week I liberated myself from one of my jobs, and I'm so happy about that. And that was essentially something that wasn't aligned with me. These people were not acting right. There was a lot of different issues. And so to be able to chuck the deuces like I did this week, man, it was obnoxious the way I did it. You're talking about midday and just being like, boom. I didn't chuck the deuces. It was like right here, just boom. it was like 2 middle fingers up saying suck this, and in full, and I did it all the right way, and so it was really beautiful that it was done that way. And so to me, that's strong high John the Conqueror energy. That's the energy that I want. And those are the ancestors that I'm pulling from. So high John, thank you. So in alchemy, the black state is the beginning of transformation, whereas the white state takes place at the end of the transformation process. So that's what we're tapping into. We're tapping into that overarching energy. I'm definitely open to honoring my ancestors through an altar. I just keep it out of view due to respect. See? And so this is going to be a perfect way to kind of do it if you ever want to do it. And there's so many different ways, but I like the idea of having something small. All right, I'm very comfortable communicating with my ancestors. I use an altar temporary, and I have a pear tree I use. So this one for me, I feel like this is going to be the vibe for the year for me. So this is my year for the year vibe. And you could do it different. You can, however you do this, use your creativity. You can do one different for each ancestor. This is a collective because I want a collective energy. I want known and unknown. I want my family, those people who were looking after me, who were like, get the hell out. Those people who were riding with me, that spirit, that energy that was riding with me, that helped me perfectly arrange my exit this week. And man, it was perfect. That's the kind of energy that I want around me even more. And that's what I'm honoring here. Okay. So I'm going to first start by just putting some of these pebbles in here. These are river pebbles, so they're white, and I like the idea concept of water. Now, whenever I do any kind of like magical stuff, I do like to find a way to put all the elements or symbols of the elements in my work. So this right here already begins with a little bit of water, right? Because these are river pebbles, and that means that these are pebbles that were shaped and softened by water. So I usually like to start there. So that's the first thing I'm going to put in. This is like my foundation, if you will. It's also going to be a little pretty. This isn't going to be pretty by the time we're done. Probably not, but that's okay. But this is just my foundation. So you can do anything. You can get dirt from outside. You don't have to do this. I have this nice little bag of crystals, and I think I'm going to put a few in. So we'll see which one kind of moves me. I always like to kind of stick more of a clear quartz crystal and things. So here's one right here. So bam. So that clear quartz goes in there. This is the agate. I like that agate. I like that. Should I put you in there? Things are going to get messy in here, so I don't know how. I like that agate, though. I like you. You should go in. Bam. All right, that goes in. So whenever you ever go to like those crystal stores and they'll be like, have a few of these crystals, and they're really not that expensive. I like these I like to get those little tumbled ones for magical work, because at some point I might use them, and I don't mind using them because of that. So here's our icebreaker, even though we've broke a whole lot of ice. Who is an ancestor that you would not include in your altar? Is there someone that you would not include in your altar? I thought that was an interesting question, because I was like, gosh, who would I not include in my altar? This reminds me of the supposed light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see, I'm trying to read something here. I was planning on using Palo d'Arco, white and Aztec copal incense, resin with lavender buds. That's dope, Stray Panther. And now you got me realizing I got some copal incense in there, and I didn't bring it in here. But I don't want that in here. I didn't choose that. I'm on my High John Conqueror route vibe, so we'll stick with that. I'm on some. I mean, it's funny. My question is, who would I not include? But I'm really tapping in real hard into my my Black ancestors here. But me personally, if the question is who's the ancestor that I would not include on my altar, I can't think of one that I wouldn't, because the way I see it is that I'm all of those things, right? And I want all of who I am to work in my favor. And so therefore, we all got to get along. We all have to find where our strengths are and become great. If I see it as a collective, if I am myself a collective, I wouldn't exclude anyone, because I need us all to be somehow synchronized to the highest level. So there we go. And for the tree, okay, I'm reading here. I want to know. Oh yeah, we're doing something here. All right, so that's what I would do. So I got this part in here. Now I got some herbs. So this has been my water element and my earth element. There's gonna be some more fluid in here, but that's gonna you'll find out. And that fluid's gonna kind of go a little bit of fire. I got some herbs. So this is my love blend, and this is rose petals, rose hips, and hibiscus. So this is strong heart vibes, and I want that. Ooh, girl, you went a little wild here. So this is the rose and hibiscus. And I use this when I think I use, this is a good blend. You can smell the roses. No, I didn't use this when I was doing the cacao ceremony. I used a different one. I used just the rose, but I don't think I used the rose hips because I didn't want the tartness of the hips to be messing up with my cacao. So I kept it a round flavor. I did cardamom and rose. But this one has been waiting. So these are the herbs I'm using. So we got rose. We know that's often the symbol of love. Rose hips. Hibiscus is also about love, circulation. When you see these reds, circulation is a big factor to me, because when I think about that, I think about blood. I think about ancestors for real, right? With the blood of your ancestors coursing through this body, this symbol of your existence on earth. And so this is to honor that, and I want to strengthen that. So that means all of this DNA, all of this energy that's coursing through me, I want to honor it, I want to strengthen it. So I'm going to pour this in here.